And Gemini, welcome. Welcome to your session. Keep in mind that this is a general reading, not a personal reading. Gemini, all I ask is that you do not force any messages, okay? Um, I hope all is well with you, my Gemini, my air sign. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the direct message, and then we will pull additional messages for you, my Gemini. All right, Gemini. What's up in the air is that there are two sides to the story. You have a story, Gemini, versus anyone else's story. So it's kind of like, have you heard that saying, Gemini? There's two sides of the story. This is the energy that's playing out. Okay, there's your story, and then there's someone else's story, or there's a group of people's stories versus your story. All right. You may find yourself in nostalgia. All right, Gemini, meaning you're thinking about why a connection ended the way it did. Uh, you left because someone told you to. I'm going to say this again. You left because someone told you to, Gemini. Is this how you feel, Gemini? Are you certain someone told you to leave? That's a question. Are you certain someone told you to leave? And this is connected to, there's two sides of the story. Or are you in nostalgia because you didn't want to tell someone to tell you, but you had to? It's kind of like a situation, Gemini, where, let's say it's me and you, Gemini. Let's say we're in the same facility, vicinity. All right, a same room. I say we're in the same room, and you keep poking at me, Gemini. I'm not saying this is what you're doing. I'm just giving you an illustration. Okay, a verbal illustration. We're in a room together, Gemini, and you're poking at me. You're just saying things to me that's irritating me, and I'm not playing into it. And eventually, I reach my boiling point, and I tell you to leave. It's that type of energy. It's like someone is tolerating something, and to the point where they're being forced to tell someone to leave, and then the person that has to leave, they're saying no. You know, Gemini made me leave, but they're not telling the truth of why Gemini said to leave. Does that make sense? So you left because someone told you to. Um, is that how you feel, Gemini? Are you certain someone told you to leave? Are you in nostalgia because you didn't want to tell someone to leave, but you had to? If someone told you to leave, I'm being guided to tell you that you had to. If you told someone to leave, rest your mind and soul, Gemini, because you had to, and you don't have to explain to someone who knows better. So basically, the person who aggravated the situation knows right from wrong. And again, your angel guide message for the week is to avoid any conflict. So by you avoiding this conflict, Gemini, it is going to put this person in the hot seat where they're going to be forced to take accountability. Okay, it looks like this toxic behavior repeats itself, and it looks like you're at a crossroad of questions on, whether you're going to repeat the same routine again or start a new and a refreshed new routine without toxicity. There is an energy, Gemini, of what goes around, or what goes around comes around. It could be significant, Gemini. All right. Those were your direct messages. What other messages do you have for my Gemini? What other messages do you have for my Gemini, please? You may need to implement lavender. Okay, lavender is a stimulant for relaxation. Excuse me. You can drink it. You can wear it. You can bathe in it. All right. You can use it as a topical, a lotion, something soothing. Empathy, balance, purpose, and peace. All right. So you're at a crossroads, Gemini. All right. And it's kind of like if you're at a crossroads when it comes to, do you want to repeat toxicity in your life, or do you want to walk away from toxicity and see what a healthy routine feels like, okay? Uh, and it feels like you're directing and walking away from the toxicity, all right? It feels like I can see that you're feeling again where you are, your emotions, you're stabilizing them. And by you maintaining that stability in how you feel, you realize where the correction needs to take place, and it's you taking ownership of your life. And when you do that, it's going to align you with purpose, and it's your purpose because Gemini, you'll have peace. At the bottom of the deck, you have success. Congratulations for taking the first step, Gemini, just for the awareness of choosing you. I love you. It says, I know that there is no greater goal than love. Okay. All right. And we practice healthy love in the SGL community. Love is kind. Love is gentle. What is the I am message for my Gemini, please? You have one step at a time in guidance. Yes. Love it. Gemini, you understand that, when it comes to your journey of improvement, it's one day at a time, 1 minute at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 month at a time, 1 day at a time. Okay. And our blinks of an eye are faster than the seconds in time. And when you choose the right path, and you'll know what's the right path because it brings peace. Okay. There is no disturbance when choosing the right path. All right. So you have this guidance here, your I am message, Gemini. It says, in times of uncertainty, ask God to guide you to the light in your being. Okay. All right. You will be successful. It takes one day at a time. Rome was not built in a day. All right. When it comes to building yourself up, some days you're going to be motivated and some days you're not. But the point is not to give out and not to put out your fire. Okay. I love you, Gemini. What is Gemini refusing to see before we conclude? What is my Gemini refusing to see? What is my Gemini refusing to see? Honesty. Home. You know where you belong, Gemini. And the mask. And I feel like that mask, it has to do with, Gemini, we know you're strong, okay? And I commend you on that because everyone can't hold the mask that everything is okay. And I get it. And it's a safe space. All right. You're deciding what feels like home and where you belong. This is you creating your own foundation, which is a good thing. But I want you to remember to avoid conflicts with self and with individuals. All right. And this may be a good thing of not showing true self. Sometimes you may have to put on this mask so that you can avoid the conflict. All right. I love you, Gemini. Let's pull one more card. I just keep saying I love you, Gemini. I think I'm saying I know a Gemini. It's very dear to me. Very, very dear to me. My dearest beloved. All right. What overall message do you have for my Gemini, please? Gemini, the situation will improve. Do you receive it? That's the thing. And do you believe it? Most importantly. I love you, Gemini. Don't forget, love is kind, love is gentle. Until we meet again.